Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing another pick a card reading. This one is going to be on how you can build self-confidence and basically give you a pep talk as well from your guides and loved ones. So we have 3 piles to choose from. Oh, before we get into that, let me just quickly run through what it is that we're going to cover in this. So we're going to look at how you see yourself, how you speak to yourself, how you can remind yourself that you're worthy, how you can practice more self-love, how you can admire and appreciate yourself more, and then we're going to look at a self-care practice for you as well. So to choose your pile, I thought we'd do things a little bit differently. We're using the imageries of these oracle cards. And we'll look at the messages of those as well when we get into your pile. So we have the Knight with Be Brave and Honest for pile 1. And my camera's really liking focusing on his face. So for pile 2, we have Guardian Angel, You Are Not Alone. And then for pile 3, we have Spring, See Your Seeds Grow. So feel free to take a moment. You can pause the video if you need to choose your pile. If you feel drawn to more than one, that's completely fine as well. There may be messages for you in more than one pile. But otherwise, I will see you in your reading. Hi there, my pile ones. Welcome to your reading. To start this off, we're going to look at the energy of the card that you chose. So as this is a new deck to me, and I've not actually used them before, not even for myself. So what I wanted to do was take a look at the message in the guidebook for you. So I found it on page 46, and the message is: do the right thing, even if it isn't the easiest option. Stand for what you know to be right and true. The energy of respect is important right now. You are being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. If you are in a space where there's opposition, you are being guided to follow through with integrity, because even if it seems this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. You are being surrounded by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. If you are longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back into order, and that you don't need to force anything through with your will. If you have made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with improving the situation. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. Wow, what a message. Because if you're up against this much, it feels like opposition. Like if you're having to stand your ground and assert your boundaries, especially if it's something that you haven't done before, then it's absolutely no surprise that you may be in need of a pep talk. Oh, I just remembered, I haven't put those lights on. How organised am I? There we go. So there may also be an element of you questioning yourself at the moment. Questioning whether you're actually doing the right thing by standing your ground, especially if it's something that you've not done before and it's creating that pushback with those around you. Roses may also be significant for you as well. There may be an association with a past loved one. But you're very much protected. This isn't just about your own energy and how you're showing up for yourself and asserting your boundaries and your standards and doing what is right and demonstrating your values, but you are being guided and protected by a past loved one as well and your spirit team. But it very much does feel like there's a past loved one that is watching over you at the moment. I'm watching you go through this. So take comfort, because they're very much rooting for you, and It's almost like they want to step in and slay the dragon for you, but they know that they can't. So let's take a look at what else is going on. Because I think it can be very helpful to see, to really take a look at how we're looking at ourselves, like how we see ourselves, how we perceive ourselves, because it can be very different to how the outside world perceives us and those around us. So, Spirit, how do the pole one see themselves right now? And we have 7 of Swords. There's an element of not completely seeing yourself clearly. There may be a need for shadow work, or something that you are it's not Spirit, how do we word this? It's not so much that it's something that you are unaware of. It feels like it's something that you are aware of, but maybe that you've been pushing down in yourself. So if there is something going on that you don't agree with and you want to say something, but you see yourself as holding back, you may literally be holding back and not saying something. Or you feel like maybe if you I think that there's an element of you that maybe isn't seeing yourself clearly, or seeing yourself as someone who is not completely being honest with themselves or with others. It's almost that energy of kind of trying to play it small and not show everyone your cards. So you may keep your cards very close to your chest. You may not share things with others openly. You're a very private kind of person and would rather get on with things yourself than rely on others. It's a learnt behaviour that I think that you are seeing in yourself, where you've learnt not to rely on anyone else and to solely rely on yourself. So you keep everything to yourself and possibly even find it hard to trust others. But this isn't something that's going to be long lasting. It's something that you're working through because you're already through the worst of it and you've hit that peak, and now you're working through it and coming out the other side. So if there is anything that you want to start sharing with someone, or you want to be able to start working more closely with your ancestors or with spirit to allow them to truly support you in life, that's coming about. It just may be taking slightly longer than you'd anticipated, but you are making good progress. So this is interesting. Let's take a look at how you speak to yourself. How do the pole one speak to themselves? 3 of Swords. Yeah. So 3 of Swords. I dare say that you aren't always very kind to yourself in the way that you speak to yourself. Because there is that element of heartbreak and separation, and it's like you don't want to, because these are very thought orientated energies that are coming through. So you may find that to disconnect from your emotions and the deeper things that may be going on, you're keeping yourself busy. You're not really sleeping. You are staying out all night where possible, so that you don't have to be alone with your own thoughts. But there is that sense of disconnect there in how you speak to yourself. So you may not be, it's quite possibly a subconscious thing where you're speaking to yourself in the same way that you've always spoken to yourself, or how you were spoken to when you were younger, and you're not stopping to really think about the impact that that's having on you, and the disconnect that it's causing between your head and your heart and your soul. So let's take a look at how you can remind yourself that you're worthy. How can the pile ones remind themselves they're worthy? Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. You've already achieved so much when it comes to material things, but you're very nurturing. You're very nurturing, very caring. You want to be there for others and take care of them. You quite often may be the sort of person who takes other people under their wings and wants to support them and see them flourish and grow, and really nurture those parts of other people. Our worth doesn't come from, a lot of us attach worth to work and to our material possessions, but our true worth comes from the impact that we have on others, how we show up, how we support them, how we really love in the world, and the memories that we create with other people, and the impact that we have on their lives. So I think that there's a need to remind yourself of that, rather than worrying about everything else. It's come back to that thing of how you nurture yourself and how you nurture others, and remembering to nurture yourself. That none of us are perfect. None of us get things right every time. None of us get things right hardly any of the time. We can easily say things that we regret or don't mean or come out wrong, but it's in your actions, how you show up, how you're there for someone, that outweigh any of these slip of the tongues and speaking without thinking, these moments where we can come from a reactive, triggered place. But if we consistently show up and support others and ourselves at the same time, then that's what has the lasting impact. Nobody is asking for, nobody who is in their authentic energy is going to be asking for something or someone to be perfect, because it's just not possible. And you are very authentic in how you care for others. It's just whether or not you are showing up for yourself this way, because I don't think you are right now, based off of this energy that's come through already. So remember everything that you do for other people. You don't have to twist yourself up in knots mentally. And remember to be there for yourself as well. So let's take a look at how you can practice more self-love. How can my pile ones practice more self-love, please, Spirit? Oh, we've got 2 jumpers. So we have Page of Wands and the Lovers. For you, it's going to be all to do with how you, the choices that you make in how you pursue your passions and the things that really light you up and ignite you. You know, that drive in the pit of our stomach that makes us want to do something. That's going to be and practicing discernment in your choices and how you spend your time and how you pursue these, and actually choosing to make time for these, are going to be what helps you to practice more self-love, because that is, in a lot of ways, how we can nurture ourselves, how you can embody this Queen of Pentacles energy for yourself, because I think that you already do it for others, whether you are aware of it or not. And some of the things that you may have been pushing down and hiding from yourself could be your need for nurturing. It's okay as an adult to need that love and nurture and care. Also, with the way to practice more self-love, there's something about your creativity as well, making time for your creativity and weighing up all of your options so that you are making the right choices for yourself, and making choices through the lens of love as well. So if you're making a choice through the lens of love, it's not something that you are pushing and forcing to happen. It's something that feels natural and that feels good. And it feels, I was going to say right, but it feels aligned with your core self and who you are. So when you make those choices, it's something that you get excited about, and something that you really want to do, rather than something that you feel obligated or like you have to do. And you may find that you are pursuing a new passion, learning something new, and you may have that realization when you're with someone else as well, when it comes to what it is that really ignites those passions in you and lights you up. Also, be discerning in your relationships as well. Although we can become attached to people and we can develop feelings, and it doesn't always mean that it's a healthy kind of connection. So make sure that your connections are in alignment with who you really are as well, and where you want your life to be headed. Because if they're out of balance and you aren't practicing discernment as to who you let into your life and who you spend your time and energy on, that can have a negative impact as well on your sense of self-worth. So by focusing on making sure that everything's in alignment and you're practicing discernment with your choices when it comes to the things that you're passionate about, your creativity, how you're spending your time and who you are spending your time with and who you are investing in, that could be very helpful for you. And it is a form of self-love to stop and think about how we're investing our time and energy, because what we do today creates our tomorrow. We can make different choices at any moment in time that we want to, and choose a different path forwards, but it's down to us to make those choices and to align ourselves with what we truly want and the path that we want our lives to be on. Because you are being guided by spirit through this as well in your spirit team. It's like they're already ahead of you, calling you forwards. It's just a matter of you following your intuition and your gut instinct on what changes need to be made and what choices you need to really face and not hide from. Because by facing them, it's going to clear the way for you moving forwards a lot easier. So let's take a look at how you can admire and appreciate yourself more. Nine of Wands. The way that you just don't give up. You've been through so much already, and there may be times where you feel like your back is against the wall and that you have to you're constantly having to stand your ground. You're constantly having to push forwards and fight for what it is that you want and what it is that you are trying to achieve. Standing up for what you believe in as well. So things may have been quite difficult for you, but being able to acknowledge what you've been through and that you are still standing. You see how battered she is? Backed up against this tree. She's already wounded, but she's still standing, still there. Still got her wands up ready to fight if she needs to. You've already been through so much and that's coming to an end, but be proud of what you've been through and proud of how far you've come, and really allow yourself to take a moment to admire everything that you've been through. Imagine if your best friend or sibling had already faced off against everything that you've been through to this point in time, whenever you are seeing this, because it's a timeless reading. Imagine, like, picture yourself holding space for them and how you would feel about everything that they've been through. Yes, you may be angry and want to defend them, but how proud would you be of them for going through all of that and not letting it change them at a core fundamental level? That they're still there, they're still fighting, they're still standing. Allow yourself that. Acknowledge what you've been through and take a moment to be proud of yourself. Yeah, life's messy, it's painful, and it's damn right difficult at times and feels near impossible. But the fact that you are still here, regardless of what you've been through, I'm not trying to take away from that in the slightest, by the way, but whatever it is that you've been through, you made it through the other side. You're still here. You faced off against every single thing that life has thrown at you, and you are still standing. You might be battered, you might be bruised, you might feel like a broken bag of biscuits, but damn it, you're still here. Otherwise you wouldn't be listening and watching this reading. And that's something, that's an achievement. That's something that you should be proud of. Although I don't like the word should, but it's something that, hell, I'm proud of you for everything that you've been through, and quite possibly heartbreak that you don't want to necessarily look at. But it's unfortunately, it's part of life, but you should be able to celebrate how far you've come, or at least try to. I know it's not always easy, because as you work through this, and if you can practice more self-love and admire and appreciate yourself more, it's going to lead to you being this Queen of Wands type energy. So not only will you have the Queen of Pentacles energy that you're already in, which is what will remind you of your worth, you're also going to step into your Queen of Wands energy, which is also she's nurturing and warm and kind, but she's also got fantastic boundaries. She's very creative. She knows her worth. She knows how to pick her battles, how to stand her ground, when to fight and when to... When I say fight, I mean to fight for what she believes is right, rather than an actual, like, fight. But to have that real connection and drive with her solar plexus and sacral energy, that creativity and personal power, that's what you'll be working towards. So, where did I put the deck? Ah, there it is. I wanted to use this Sacred Self-Care... my voice is going now. Sacred Self-Care Oracle, which I didn't pre-get out of the box, which I should have. So I apologise. but we're going to see what self-care practice you can also add to this. Excuse me. So what self-care practice can my pile ones use, please, Spirit? What would be best for them right now? And we have a burning bowl ritual. Now, let me find it in the book. I think I won't read the whole thing for it because it is quite in depth. Number 7. Because it goes through the whole thing of how to. I think that's basically all it is. But so the mantra for this one is, I surrender to the fire of transformation and allow light to guide the way. Fire is a powerful tool for transmitting negative energy, letting go of old patterns and stories, and sending prayers out to the universe. Connect with the fire element to release whatever is no longer serving you and to manifest your desires. To prepare your ritual, ask yourself these questions and write down the answers on individual pieces of paper. What old stories about you, people in your life, or the world do you want to let go of? What experience have you lived through or conquered that require acknowledgement? What thought patterns, beliefs, experiences, or people do you want to let go of? What do you want to manifest? Next, prepare a safe fire. Burn your pieces of paper and send your wishes off to the universe for manifestation. You can use a campfire, a barbecue, or a small bowl placed in your sink to keep it extra safe. As you watch the paper burn, imagine your wishes as if they have already happened. Imagine yourself free of worry. Imagine yourself liberated from what's been holding you back. Say to yourself, and so it is, so it must be. And there's also a journal prompt here as well. How do you feel after completing the fire burning ritual? Is there anything more you'd like to release? So I hope that has been a helpful tool for you and helps support you through this. I'm sending you so much love. Honestly, keep being you. You've already been through so much, but there is so much waiting for you. It's just a matter of releasing the things that aren't serving you and allowing yourself to truly step into your power and trust yourself again. So I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this, and feel free to like, comment or subscribe if you feel like doing so, as it all helps out the channel, and I would love for you to be a part of my notification squad. And I really hope that you will come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hello there, my pile twos. Welcome to your reading. So as I did this for pile 1, I'm going to do this for you as well. So because I haven't used this particular deck before, we're going to look at the guidebook even for this, just to get a more in-depth meaning of the card, and then we will take it from there, because for pile 1 it was really insightful. So the message for the card is, watch for signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that they are close by. Remember, they are working hard to guide you. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them in all their past lifetimes and will be there in all the lifetimes to come. So know that you are never alone and never will be alone. This card is a huge reminder that there is always help and support available to you. Your guardian angel is with you now and is here to aid you in all of your endeavours. In order to fully receive their support, first ask for it, then surrender to the process, knowing that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good. So, if you've been feeling kind of disconnected, or feeling like you are going through things on your own, you're not. Pretty obvious. But no, your guardian angel is there to support you and guide you. And this is the thing with working with our angels. We often forget that for them to be able to help us, because of the element of free will, we need to actually ask them for the help that we want, and then trust that they will orchestrate the outcome that we're after, or if not this, then something better that is more aligned with you. So let's take a look at how you see yourself. How do my pile twos see themselves, please, Spirit? My pile twos see themselves. My pile twos see themselves. The Fool. Oh, I love that. You're ready to go on that big adventure. You're ready for that new beginning, for that fresh start, for that leap of faith, to be able to trust in your guides and in spirit and a higher power to catch you and guide you on your path. It's that thing of starting over and starting fresh. It may be that you have changed jobs, you may have moved recently, or you are just looking for that. You are looking for that new beginning, for that fresh start. It may be something external like that, or it could be that you are ready to embark on your spiritual journey on a much deeper level, working with your angels and spirit team and guides. But there is very much that sense of new beginnings and being ready for it. This is turning out to be nice and straightforward for you. So let's take a look at how you speak to yourself. How do you speak to yourself, Pile 2? Ace of Wands. You quite possibly have a lot of passionate ideas, things that are creative, that really ignite that excitement and drive forwards, but you may be struggling to discern which one to go with. You may be getting impatient with yourself as to making a decision, or there may be an element of having so many ideas that you don't know which one to go with, and there's that slight confusion there, because you may have multiple ways of looking at yourself, looking at a situation, and that's coming out in how you're speaking to yourself. So 1 minute you may be completely calm and kind and gentle with yourself, and the next you're ready to blow a fuse and lose it. And it's reflecting in how you speak to yourself. But I think for a lot of you, it may be more about talking yourself into following one of these ideas because of this desire for a new beginning and a desire to move forwards. But all of these ideas are very exciting and they're all things that you want to pursue. I don't think you're going to need much reminding of your worth, but let's take a look, because you seem like you're in a really good place. How can my Pile 2s remind themselves of their worth? Remembering to take a time out to plan things. You don't need to have all of the information and all of the details to take action on something. It's just a matter of looking at the experience that you already have, planning what you can do to make one of these ideas that you're having, and because how we speak to ourselves, it's not just self-talk, it's feeling capable of actually making one of these ideas manifest and making it real, tangible, and in the 3D. So there is an element of planning. Although this is also an energy of, to me, of needing to review things. So although you are very driven and very creative and passionate in your pursuits and the way that you want to move forwards, to remind yourself of your worth, take a step back from those and actually review and look at what you've already achieved and what steps you took to plan those things to make them a reality, so that you can then apply that to the new things that you want to bring in. Because by reviewing what you've already achieved, it will remind you of how worthy you are and what you've already done and how far you've already come. It's not very often that we actually stop to look back, because that's the only comparison that any of us should be making, is looking at our past selves and how we used to be, how we used to show up, what we used to do, and comparing where we are now to where we've been. Because then we can see our forward progress. Because if we don't do that, then we can't, and it makes it harder to move forwards. So that's the only time, to me, in my humble opinion, that we should be comparing ourselves to anything. It's comparing ourselves to our past selves and how far we've come, because you are very spiritually guided. You are surrounded by your angels and spirit team. So maybe there's an element of looking at how their influences guided you in the past as well, how they've shown up, and the nudges and signs that they've given you in the past, so that you can use those as a navigation tool going forwards as well. So how can you practice more self-love, my pile twos? 9 of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles to me is a very independent energy. It's like knowing that you're okay on your own. It's okay to take a rest before you push through that last bit, because you're so close to achieving what it is that you want, and that stable home life, that it's that thing of it's making me think of that Beyonce song. I'm going to show my age now. I can't think what it's called. I think it's Single Ladies. I probably quoted it completely wrong, but it's to do with being able to be independent and really enjoying what you already have. Yes, you may like a little bit more, you may like that family home life, but there is something about being good on your own first, because the more you can enjoy the luxuries of life while you can. It's making me think of someone who is maybe single or doesn't have children and wants to settle down, and it's because once you do that, then your life changes, and because once you have children, then your life changes. I was going to say forever, because you're always going to be wanting to put someone else's needs before your own, regardless of how old they are, if that's something that you want. Or it may be that you want to travel before you get a pet. You know, it could be anything along those sorts of lines. And being able to allow yourself that time out. It may be that you need to focus on working towards having a holiday somewhere that you've always wanted to go, and being able to really rest and take that time out. So how can you admire or appreciate yourself more? The pile twos. And we have the Hermit. Being able to reflect on your own inner world and being your own guiding light, because you've already come so far. You've trusted yourself and spirit to get as far as you have, but there's that need for a reminder to stop and check in with yourself and trust your own gut intuition over what anyone else says to you, like externally in the 3D, because you are going to know what's truly right for you. No one else, they can have their opinions, but no one else can really know what's right for you. Same as you can't 100% know what's right for them. Like, everyone's on their own path, and it's a matter of allowing yourself that time to go inwards and really reflect on how you've already guided and supported yourself. Because by doing all of this, it's going to bring things into balance. And if you're waiting on contracts or anything, any paperwork to come through, anything to be signed, then that will most likely be coming very soon at the end of this process. But it's just a matter of everything being very balanced, fair and equal, so that you can appreciate the light and the dark sides of life, whether that be even the shadow aspects of yourself, bringing those into balance with the outer things that you are more aware of, or the light aspects. But it's a very just, balanced energy that you will be working towards and stepping into. So let's take a look at your self-care oracle card to see what additional self-care practice you can do that will help with this. So what other self-care practice can my pile twos do, please, Spirit? What other self-care practice can you do? And we have Sing. I don't think I've had this deck for a while, but I don't think that card has ever come out before. So 45. The mantra for this one is, my voice uplifts all who hear it. You have a unique voice and carry deep wisdom that the world needs to hear. You can share your words in any way you like, even singing them. Many of us have fear when it comes to sharing our voices, but expressing ourselves through song can be unexpectedly freeing. Try writing a song for fun and as a way to convey what you're feeling. Sing it to yourself and notice how it makes you feel in the moment. Record it and play it back to yourself or for yourself. What emotions come up? Does it empower you or make you feel shy? Sing your favourite song in public at an open mic night. Singing circle or karaoke bar to break through fear and experience new levels of self-expression. Sing at home or in your car to delight yourself and elevate the vibe. Sing to your heart's content. And the journal prompt for this is, what are your favourite song lyrics right now, and how does hearing them make you feel? So I hope that has been helpful. I wasn't quite sure how the reading was going to go because I haven't done this one before, but I hope that it resonates. Thank you ever so much for letting me read for you. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching. Please feel free to like, comment or subscribe if you feel like doing so, because it all helps out the channel, and I'd love to have you as part of my notification squad. And of course, I hope that you will come back and see me again soon. Bye. Hi there, my pile threes. Welcome to your reading. As I haven't used this deck before, what I've been doing is actually reading from the guidebook, which has been quite helpful. Just to make sure that I cover everything. So the message from this card is, embrace the change that is on the horizon. Allow your dreams to become a reality. You are ready to bring to life all of your ideas, inspirations and projects. When this card appears, you are moving into a space that allows you to really grow, expand and create in a way you've never done before. There are opportunities for abundance, including financial growth, and if you're starting something new, prepare for a major expansion in your life and soul. When the spring card arrives in the future positions of the spread, It can also indicate that the coming spring will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. So take the last bit with a grain of salt when it comes to springtime, depending on when you see this, because it is a timeless reading. So just take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But yeah, I think that's really self-explanatory, that you are in this magician type energy of being a master manifester and everything is about to come in. So I think that you are pretty much in a good place already, but let's take a look at how you see yourself and we'll see how it goes. And we have the Star and the King of Pentacles. Yes, you already see yourself as someone who's very stable and who is following their dreams and balancing things, as above so below comes to mind, but the rest of that quote is so within so without. So not only are you balancing your spiritual and practical nature, because you are in a very mature energy of abundance already, even if you don't actually have that material abundance, you are already embodying its energy, which is why it is so close to coming in. But also, pardon me, yeah, something is shifting in you. I don't always burp in readings. This is the first pile in this particular video. So there is something shifting within you and how you see yourself, so that you can gain clarity around your own inner world, because if there are any blockages or anything, it will delay this manifestation of everything that you desire coming in. So by continuing to work on your own inner world and inner dialogue and how you see yourself and even speak to yourself, which will be interesting to see in a moment, you'll be able to clear up anything that isn't in alignment, because then it will, or you've been doing that already, and that's what's helping to bring this in. But continue to do that. So how do my pile 3 speak to themselves? 6 of Swords. Your dialogue with yourself may not have been very kind and supportive in the past, but you are moving into a more harmonious relationship with yourself in how you speak to yourself. You are becoming a lot kinder and moving away from those kind of troubled waters within yourself to find that inner calm and inner peace that you've been longing for, because that's the energy that you're in at the moment with how you speak to yourself. You are transitioning. I wouldn't say that you are completely there, but I would say that you are a heck of a lot better than what you used to be, and things are only going to get easier. So that dialogue with yourself, it's improving. It's already improved markedly. Markedly? Can't speak. Do forgive me. But it's already improved a lot, and it is still improving. And you may find that you are integrating things as you sleep, because we've got a lot of stars that have come out in the cards. Yes, I know this is a star card, but not all of them seem to have, depending on what deck you use, not all of them have this many stars in the sky. I don't think they seem very vivid and bright, and it's the same in this card that's come out as well. And you've also got the full moon, so there may be something about release work as well during the full moon. When this goes up, I think we have a full moon next week, in the next week or so. So that may be something to look at as well if you're into cyclical living and connecting with the moon, because it may help you to transition, or there may be significance about your manifestations coming in by the full moon or the next full moon whenever you are watching this video. So how can my pile 3s remind themselves that they are worthy of their manifestations? And we have the 8 of Pentacles and 5 of Wands. Okay. there is a need to let go of any internal conflict that is going on in you, because you work very diligently. You have been focusing on all the finer details, bringing things together. You're fine-tuning your skills. So I don't know what's causing this sense of inner conflict that's going on within you. It may just be that the cards are showing me that although you are on the verge of bringing in all of these manifestations that you want, and with the star card that we've got here as well, part of you may be feeling like you aren't worthy, and that's what's causing a little bit of resistance and slowing things down a little bit. But if you can bring your attention back to focusing on the detail, focusing on your skill set, and keep doing what you're doing, it's going to help you to remind you of your self-worth, because it will get you out of your head and worrying about all of those bits and pieces and whether you're worthy or not. If you can get lost in the detail and what you're creating and focus on your creation, and just kind of, even if you do release work with the full moon to help you work through some of these, if there's any limiting beliefs that are causing this internal conflict to go on for you, so that you can refocus on what you're creating and what you're bringing in. It's going to help you shift out of that energy as well, if there's any energy of self-doubt going on for you. So how can you practice more self-love? And we have the Fool. Love that. Start a new adventure. Don't be afraid to take that leap of faith and let Spirit catch you and support you in what you're doing. Just got to shunt these up. There's more cards come out than what I'd intended, because it was only supposed to be one card per question. I'm just trying to make space. But yeah, allow yourself that new beginning, to start over, to look at things with new eyes, to treat life as an adventure. And it's okay to feel like a kid again, and to have that childlike curiosity on your adventure going forwards, because life is an adventure. It's a journey. Don't get me wrong, destination's great, but at the end of the day, we're all kind of heading in the same direction. Like, we've all got an expiration date, without meaning to sound morbid. And it really is about enjoying the time that we have here, and the connections that we have, and what we do with the time that we are in this lifetime. So allow yourself to embrace that, because that's going to really nourish yourself and your soul. So how can my pile threes admire and appreciate themselves more, please, Spirit? And we have the Hierophant. Now, although the Hierophant is linked with Taurus, which is a very grounded, stable energy, fives are also about change and reaching that turning point where you've worked. It's like going up a hill. You've gone so far, you've reached the top, and you're at the peak, and everything else is easier and flows better as you come down the other side. But also, there's something to do with the practices that you do already. The spiritual search and traditions and study that you've already applied yourself to, and I think it's largely about admiring what you already do, how far you've already come, but also the practices and things that you've already got in place. You may find that you are now imparting your wisdom and experiences onto someone else, and acting like a mentor in some way to someone. You may also find yourself wanting to pursue some kind of teaching role, maybe as well, or some kind of coach in some way. May even want to be a yoga instructor. It seems as they're sitting there in, I think that's the lotus position in the imagery for that card. But there is, it feels like you've already improved so much on your self-esteem and gotten really clear about your values as well. And that is something to admire, because it's so easy to not put in the work. So really allow yourself to stop and acknowledge how far you've come, how much work you've already put in, how much you've already changed and grown and developed as a person and soul already on your journey, because you already have put in so much work. And because, so back of the deck, I've decided to, in this particular, not in this pile, but in this reading in general, I decided to use the back of the deck as the outcome. It's going to lead to this transformation. It almost feels like a rebirth as you are going through. This is like the tail end of sorting out your energy, and then because of the spring card that you already had come out, which is kind of like the overall energy of what you're heading towards. It's, maybe I moved these up too high because we can't see the hair. It's peeking over the top there. But when we hit certain points in life, we have to go through this rebirth, this change, this rediscovery of who we are, and stepping into our new life, the things that we are trying to manifest, because it can be seen as a different timeline, reality transurfing, so it's something that already exists and you're stepping into that plane of reality. And when we go through these changes, there is a kind of death that happens, because we have to let go of old ways of being, old patterns of beliefs, and just we have to shed. It's like shedding a skin. We have to shed our old selves and then be rebirthed into our new, like 2.0 version. And it will allow you to regenerate as well. So by going through this, it's also going to allow you to heal. It's not that you are going to lose things and it not be replaced by something good, something better, something that is more in alignment with who you truly are. So I love this for you, my pile threes. You've really been putting in the work over the, I want to say years. It doesn't feel like it's been a quick process to get to the point that you're at right now. So let's see what other self-care practice you can use to support you at this time. What can my pile threes use? Self-care practice. Journal. I'm going to find the thing, because it's got a mantra and journal prompt and everything in this booklet, which I absolutely love. So, journal is on page 40, and the mantra is, abundant wisdom resides within me. Journaling is a profoundly intimate and powerful practice, one that provides a safe space for self-expression and channeling wisdom. It's just what you need to get your thoughts in order and to process emotions. If you're unsure where to start, try writing about what's currently happening in your life, or about whatever comes into your mind. Surrender to your stream of consciousness. Don't worry if it comes out looking like chicken scratch or if it appears incoherent. It doesn't need to be pretty. The process of writing free from expectation will allow you to exercise different parts of your brain. It will get you in a groove that will undoubtedly lead to more enlightening insights. Journaling will help you keep track of your progress and see how far you are coming in various areas of your life. So put pen to paper and see what it is within you that needs to be expressed. And the journal prompt is, what thoughts or stories would be helpful for you to write about to gain more clarity? So, I hope that that has been helpful for you, my pile threes. I'm sending you so much love, and thank you ever so much for letting me read for you. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and feel free to like, comment or subscribe if you feel like doing so, because I would love to have you as part of my notification squad, and it all helps out the channel. But most of all, I hope that you come back and see me again soon. Bye!